Greetings to our friends and family. This is our fourth update living in New York City to mark the 4 months that we've been here, almost to the day. It is end of October.
Is long overdue. Sorry about that.
Yeah, it's a little overdue. Turns out once all the work stuff heated up, not surprisingly, became a little more difficult to find time to
some of us have been
share
working
with both
since
of our listeners.
July.
Please, you're a veterinarian. You haven't worked in 20 years. You pet bunnies all day.
Pet bunnies.
Feed, dogs treats.
Yep, it's true. It's all I do. You're right.
What kind of work is that?
I know. It's a good job.
It is.
It's a good one.
Was that a 2-year degree?
It's an associate's.
Anyway, inside joke.
Who knows more than me? Breeders.
Of course.
And groomers.
Listen, the breeders and groomers listening.
I know. I just triggered so many breeders and groomers with that.
Well, speaking of triggering, this may be our last update. Well, there's an election next week. I don't know how that's going to go.
How is that going to roll here?
We don't know what that's going to look like.
We don't know. We're just rolling with it.
If we don't give any more updates, you'll know that we're in a bunker somewhere.
Oh, wait. Our apartment complex building is a fallout shelter. We are pre-war. We're a fallout shelter. So that's where we'll just be in the basement.
Yes. Built before World War II. So it is sturdy. There's no doubt about it. It is
sturdy.
But work has been going fairly well, getting into the rhythm of things, of school. We didn't start at our school, Evangeline and I, until the Monday after Labor Day, which is kind of crazy late to start. So
super late.
Sort of weird timing, still getting into the rhythm there. And it's been interesting. The people have been great, very authentic and like real about what it's like to live in the city.
Wait, what people?
All the people at my work.
But what people? Like the teachers?
The adults, the students. It's been really encouraging.
What do they say?
Oh, they say all kinds of things.
Well, they're teenagers. Of course they do.
Well, the students do. Yeah, no, we've got some great faculty. This is academically by far the strongest faculty I've ever been a part of.
I know. Telling you, like, if they want to be there, it's because they want to be there.
Yeah.
It's not like teaching by default. Like, I think that happens in some schools.
No, but what I appreciate is the people who are there. There's really a nice humility about them, and just an authenticity about their love for the kids and their love for working with students. And it's not easy. The school, schools are tough. Teaching is difficult.
Teaching at a classical Christian school in New York City.
Yeah.
There's nothing easy about that.
The only one. It's the only one around. It is a very unique experience for the students and the faculty, and I am happy to be a part of that. The kids
when we say the only one in all 5 boroughs.
Yeah, that's
literally.
True. Yeah, I mean, if you go over to Pennsylvania, there might be another one. I don't even know.
New Jersey, maybe. But in terms of New York City, which has how many million people?
8.5 million.
There's one classical Christian school.
That's it?
One. That's it.
Yeah, I'm there.
Yep.
But it's been good. It's been good for Evangeline. She's made friends quickly.
Yeah, she has. Her little social cup is full. She's had great. She's had just, yeah. The kids have been so welcoming.
She's, about 6-7 weeks in and got her first BFF necklace from a girl this week.
Just the first one.
It's like a little seashell cut in half or something. Not sure exactly.
No, it's a heart cut in half.
It's a heart. Why is it blue?
No, it's a heart cut in half.
It's a blue heart?
Jason has never been to Claire's, clearly.
Yeah, I don't know.
Hello, all the ladies and girls out there.
What is Claire's?
Okay.
Who is Claire?
You know what? I don't know that, but it's not a seashell. It's a half a heart.
Well, anyway, it's a best friend.
With sweet little
memento.
Sweet little friend in her class. And so Evangeline has already made friends, and it has been lovely. There's been a little drama, like who gets to direct the plays.
At recess.
Yeah.
Been some consternation.
Yeah. Who gets to call Ghost in the Graveyard, tag, a little drama, but feels like kind of normal kid drama.
I think one of my favorite things that happened on the little playground next to our school is Evangeline was out there and noticed one of the dads wearing a
That was a good one.
University of
That was a good
Michigan
one.
shirt or hat or something. And in case you don't know,
It was Michigan, University of Michigan, the Wolverines, blah.
it was a hat or a
Paraphernalia.
shirt
He
or
was
something.
wearing
Yeah,
it.
And Evangeline, as she's been trained, that's our mortal enemy.
We train them in the Lord, in the Bible, in Michigan State.
The fear and admonition of the Lord. She went ahead and booed him out there on the playground, and he laughed and kind of asked her, why she was booing him. So she mentioned that we cheer for the Spartans, and he said, well, that they're kind of, maybe this was before the year started. It was early in the football season.
We had a game that we lost, and he's like, oh, you had a tough
weekend.
And what did our Manley daughter respond with?
Without missing a beat, she said, well, we've got a young team, but we'll be okay.
That's right.
She's been talking to her parents, so she's well schooled on making excuses for Michigan State football. This
False.
is what we
fair.
do.
Actually, in the last, I don't know. They're not Michigan State basketball. Let's just go ahead.
No, it'll be fine. Yeah, we'll be okay. But anyway, that was a fun interaction. But the people are good sports about it, and people have been very friendly, willing to help out with all of our questions, things like that.
We already talked about.
I'm saying the people at school.
Oh yeah, that's true. What has been a real struggle here? You know what? Finding a salsa I love. I think we should just segue a second.
There's a lot of popular brands that you can't really find here.
There's a lot of it's just, how much salsa do you eat?
So much.
How much salsa? When's the last time you had salsa?
I eat so much salsa I can't even keep. Okay.
When is the last time you ate salsa?
It's 1924.
I'm just saying. So if you know me and have known me longer than 4 days or so, you understand that chips and salsa are one of my food groups. Okay. It's a food group. It has been for ever. I mean, it was before I met you, and we've been married 20
so many years.
Something years?
Yeah. So
listen, salsa, I take salsa seriously. And I had a really good salsa thing. I found a great salsa. It was a green salsa verde. I was really enjoying the salsa. And I could find it at Publix. Sometimes at Kroger. Anyway, I'm just saying, I found this salsa. I move up here. Guess what? Guess what I cannot find? Guess what I cannot find?
Waldo.
Did you say Waldo? Excuse me. I actually think it'd be easier to find Waldo than that salsa. I can't find it. I look on Instacart. I'm checking all the stores. So now you know what I have to do? Start sampling. Now I got to find a new salsa I love. And I got to get Instacart to bring me all these salsas. And I found one that's I don't have the thing. It's poblano pepper. It's not a green salsa, but it's okay. The point is, I'm eating chips and salsa right now. And it's okay. And I feel much angst about this lack of salsa, especially when we're in a pretty heavily Spanish neighborhood. Right? I mean, this is fair angst, right?
I think so. And I think mainly, I seem to remember a commercial as a kid about some guys out on a ranch talking about some kind of salsa. And they read the label and they said, where's that made? And they all go, New York City. They wouldn't eat that. So all that told me was that they must make tons of salsa up here in New York City.
And none of it's good?
Apparently, I guess it's not good, but I just know there's a lot.
Well, but it's just, I just want everybody to understand that while the transition to New York has been pretty good, we like our jobs, we started to find community, we like this church, the pets are doing great. I mean, things are generally going well. I have not found a salsa I love. So I'm going to eat this one because I don't want to waste it. Because I haven't eaten dinner, even though it's 8:00 at night. Anyway, I just want everybody to feel my struggles.
Would you define that as a first world problem? Gail can't answer that. She currently has salsa
off of my face.
in her face. So, jobs are going well. I think we both like our jobs, getting to know the people, and still figuring out rhythms. It is difficult being as one who teaches science classes. I'm so used to carting equipment in a car back and forth to school.
Having space.
Yeah, having space. In New York, you just don't
classrooms, closets, attics.
Not a lot of space.
Solitary confinement.
anywhere.
Basements?
Yeah. No one has space anywhere. It's just the way
Anywhere.
it goes. So I am very much adjusting to condensing.
Somebody who
some of
loves
what
a
I do.
demonstration. It's a little challenging.
Yeah. I have, exploded a few things.
Mhm.
Been some impromptu fire that the kids are excited about. But so
We have not
still
had to
feeling my
call
way.
the New York Fire Department for any of your experiments yet.
No, I'm trying to stay on their good side.
I mean, that's kind of on the bingo card, on the
Yeah.
DL.
It's
I mean,
going to
it's on the
happen.
bingo card.
I mean, it's
Bingo card,
obviously-
not bango. Let's say.
I mean, it could be on the bango card. I don't know. I mean, I haven't checked. But we've, what do we?
How long have you been teaching at this point?
7 weeks, I think.
Wow.
Into the school year.
We're slackers. We haven't given an update in like 2 months. What do we do with our time? Actually, that's a good question. What do we do with our time?
Yeah, no, it's that's the other thing is that you do commute like for a long time.
Yeah. And you redeem the time when you're with each other.
Yeah.
But
a little
my
bit.
10-hour days are basically 12-hour days.
Right.
Because I'm on the train for like 40-ish minutes if things are running.
Mhm.
Train and walking, 40-ish minutes on either side. And like when I'm on the train, I'm reading or crosswording or whatever I feel like doing. But, and you get to spend that time with Evangeline. I get to spend that time with Evangeline when I'm picking her up on those days. But you get home. The other thing is the days are shorter here.
It's definitely getting darker earlier.
Yes.
Now. It's
We're so far
kinda
north.
crazy.
I mean, I was home today and taking Hildy out for a walk at 6:15. And it's October, 30th? And it was almost completely dark.
Yeah.
So, and I've heard that from multiple people that the winter is tough here because of how short the days are.
Mm-hmm. But you know what makes it all worthwhile?
Tell us.
Is we gain
Tell
an,
us,
we,
please.
We gain an hour of sleep this weekend.
We do gain an
That'll
hour.
cancel out all of that.
Oh, and hey, for all you people who have newborn babies, enjoy that.
that extra hour of sleep. Yeah, I remember spring was always better when you had a little baby when you did the spring forward because then they got
Yes.
up like
Those
at a
babies
normal
slept
human
longer.
time.
Yes, it's
Yeah,
true.
I mean, they didn't sleep longer, but it felt like they did.
No,
because of the
it felt
times.
like they did.
Yeah.
That's true.
Speaking of the subway, one of my favorite stories from late is that you do get people on the subway occasionally who will try to get you to contribute to their personal funds.
Uh-huh.
It might be someone playing a guitar, walks down.
Ooh, accordion.
Oh yeah, we did see one guy
Sorry,
playing an
my
accordion.
mouthful.
I thought that was pretty fantastic. Took me back.
The guy with the accordion was in my subway like last week when
That's
I was
amazing.
coming home from work.
I'm not going to lie. I'm a little envious of that.
I know. He was playing that. I can barely stand up on the subway without falling over. He was playing an accordion.
That's what I'm saying.
He wasn't holding any of the like handrails or anything. It was pretty impressive. I had zero cash. And he didn't have one of the little Venmo stickers to be like, I'm homeless. Give me a Venmo sticker. That was rude. I'm sorry. Maybe that's how people who are whatever is digital currency.
Takes me back to my Michigan roots with all the Polish people. So I'm very excited about the accordion.
True.
But
Punchkis.
yeah, so you'll see people playing instruments. Sometimes there are, ladies or kids with their kids walking around selling candy bars and things.
Yes.
But I respect it.
I don't mean the worst, like it's a bother. It's just
who knows? I respect that. At least they're trying to sell something and trying to earn money, not maybe not asking for it, which is nice. Anyway, it's a different discussion. But there's one particular lady I remember from the summer,
right?
Who had a pretty sad story. She's wearing a dress, and she, she's pretty vocal about the fact that she's 3 months pregnant and needs help for her new child that she's growing, and she's in a rough situation. And so she kind of gives her statement and then makes her way through the train car. And I remember seeing her maybe July and feeling pretty bad. And I don't know if we gave her any money or not. We think we may have, but I saw her again last week in my train car, and I remembered her. She has a distinct look, and she again gave us her statement. And again, she's still 3 months pregnant. Which I'm like, wait, that was like 3 months ago.
I know.
So I'm like, come on, you gotta do better than that.
It's true. It's a challenge though. Like it's a real challenge. Like people are struggling.
Yeah.
And you see that when I get off at Christopher Street, which is my exit for work, there's the same 2 to 6. I mean, I'm sure it'll increase as the weather cools. Everybody says as the weather cools, you see more people who are homeless and indigent who are sleeping in the subway station, which is fair because it's cold outside. But I see about the same 2 to 6. And it's just, it makes your heart sad, but all at the same time, I don't know.
Yeah, it's a struggle to not become desensitized to
Yes,
it. Like you're
yes.
like, these are still humans, still made in God's image, and we need to care for them.
Yes.
But at the
what does that look like?
Yeah,
I don't know.
At the same time, there's so much it can be overwhelming.
It's over. Yeah, it's over. I mean, just
exactly
the sheer amount of people you're coming across, all different things at all different times, and it's. But I mean, the vast majority of our experiences are positive, and I had to go crosstown, which, if you know anything about being in New York City, going crosstown is like.
Basically, that means you're going from one side of Central Park to the other,
east to west.
This is whenever you hear crosstown, that's what people are saying.
So let me tell you, if you're in Manhattan, we're basically living Will Smith's what is it, Legend? What? I Am Legend.
I Am Legend.
We just stay on Manhattan and we've blown up all the bridges. That's what we do because it's just a little less intimidating. We venture into other ones sometimes. Don't give me that look. The point is that what we have learned on Manhattan is going north and south is the easiest thing. Like, we ride north and south. We're in northwest, like we're on the west side of Manhattan, and I go south to my job. They go south to school, and then we come north again. Going east-west just adds a whole other like hour to your commute. If we're all just being real here, during rush hour. The point is, I had to go across town. I've already lost my train of thought. What was I going to describe?
You were talking about.
I talked about I Am Legend, East West. No. I was going somewhere with this. Oh, I know what I was saying. Is how nice people are. Look, I found it. I found my place. I was riding on the bus and I saw 3 people give up seats for older people, women with children, kids, like people who clearly had mobility issues. Like, it wasn't even a thing, even though a lot of people are like on their phones, reading books, doing puzzle books, listening to a podcast, whatever. It is just really amazing how aware people are of those around them. So like, you just hear all this stuff and it's like, let me give my seat up for you. Let me do that. So you do see a lot of like, as much as I think you have to fight against being desensitized in so many ways because there's so much around you. It is encouraging to see that. And it's a good reminder for me when I want to, like, especially like after a long day of work and I just want to sit in the subway and just zone out for my 30-minute ride home because I have been talking and talking for 10 hours and my brain is fried and whatever. It's a good reminder. It's an encouragement to me in that. There you go. You're welcome.
Did we tell the story about the people helping the woman on the subway ride when you were going to work?
Yes.
Did we tell that last time?
Yes. I'm almost 100% sure we did.
Yeah. We've told several people. I don't know if that was recorded or not. But just to give you another example of sort of unexpected kindness, Evangeline and I have a sort of weekly ritual on Friday. We try to leave a few minutes early and stop to get a bagel at the little bagel shop, or there's a little food cart that sells some pastries, donuts, things like that right at the exit from our subway stop where we get off to go to school. Well, we stopped there maybe 2 weeks ago on a Friday and we got out and we go up to the little food cart, nice little Hispanic lady in there. And I ask, because I like never carry cash. So I
know. Who carries cash? Who carries cash?
I don't know.
You know who does? My dad.
Yeah, there you go.
Always.
We need him with us for all
okay,
these things.
So if you are 75 or older, you always have cash.
That's true. But so I go up to the window and ask if they take credit card, and she said no, Venmo. Well, of course.
Or no, or Zelle, which somebody doesn't have because they refuse a smartphone.
I can't
which
even
mad
spell
respect.
Zelle or Venmo. So I was like,
just try to say you can't spell Zelle.
I'm just kidding, of course.
Okay, just stop now.
I'm like, all right, Evangeline, sorry, we we'll have to get this next time. So
we'll do it a different time.
We start walking away, and the nice lady yells at us. She said, wait, come back. She said, just take the donut. And I was like, whoa, no, that's okay.
This person who doesn't know you at all.
No, doesn't know us at all. She says,
doesn't know that if you're going to keep your word.
Yeah, she says, no, you can just pay me next week. I'm like, really? She said, yeah, sure, no problem.
Did you pay her next week?
So she, I'm getting there. So she gives us the chocolate frosted donut with sprinkles.
So sweet.
We put it in the bag. Evangeline eats it, and it was so kind. She just trusted us.
She didn't have to do that.
She didn't know if we'd ever see her again.
I know, it's true.
But yeah, we did. I went around and and collected some money. I sang on a subway.
You busted out his accordion.
That's right. I got my accordion.
No. You took Evangeline's violin.
Yeah, that's right. We played some songs, raised a few bucks. We paid her back with interest. So it's good. No, but it is pretty cool to see how people are just unexpectedly
It is very
kind.
encouraging when you're looking at the media, especially with, certain dates coming up and all the insanity. In a very largely agnostic, unchurched city, people being kind just because we're people.
Yeah, there's certainly, the old Christian sort of subculture that permeates so much of America that people just grow up in without appreciating it. But I did try to use some of the goodwill of some of the students sort of in my favor, as my favorite baseball team, the Detroit Tigers, were making a run through the playoffs.
Yeah, they were.
And I mean, there was a moment where I was excited that they might actually play the New York Yankees in the playoffs, and then we might be able to go to a game.
Yep.
We'd have to, sell some of our internal organs to pay for the tickets, but that's worth it to me.
Who needs 2 kidneys?
Yeah, exactly. Thank you. So I did tell the students in my class that if my Tigers beat the Yankees in the playoffs, I would give them all extra credit. I wanted to see, how they would receive this. And much to my surprise, so many of them were immediately on board. They were like checking the Tigers scores and wanting to know how we did, wanting to know how our pitchers were doing and hitters were doing. They couldn't care anything about baseball, but they understand extra credit.
Yes, they do.
And they were willing to turn on the hometown team just like that.
They were like, who cares about New York City? Detroit is where it's at. Go Tigers.
That's right. Except one student, one 8th grade boy. I have so much respect for him. He told me to keep my extra credit. He was never rooting against the Yankees. And I love that so much. So I thought
so
that was
Jason
terrific.
was like, I will give you extra credit because of your loyalty.
Yes, that was exactly the right response. What else? We went to an apple orchard.
Oh, yeah.
North of the city. We don't have a car, so we rented a car.
Yeah, we got rid of all of our cars except one. Cecilia has one in Atlanta with her at Georgia Tech. But we have no cars. We just do public transport, bus, train, whatevs, usually our feet. But we rented a car. It turns out after, how old are we? Let's not talk about it. Maybe 3 or 4 years of driving.
We've been
/ 20 or 30 years of driving.
Yeah.
Jason remembered how to drive. And it was bonkers. We were out of the city an hour and 10 minutes about drive out of the city.
Yeah.
And we're just literally in the middle of rolling farmland. And it's not flat like the plains. I mean, it's hilly. And you would never know you were within an hour of New York City. But we went to a beautiful farm, and they had
Fishkill Farms.
Fishkill Farms.
Is that not the oddest name ever for a farm?
Fishkill. I know, right? There were no fish. Nobody got killed as far as I know.
It's because all the fish were dead.
I know, but they're not even on the coast. There was no pond.
Yeah, who knows?
Did we see a pond? A river?
All I'm saying is if you're a fish, you probably don't want to go there.
It's probably a name.
It doesn't sound
name?
good.
Maybe we did not Google
Even
this.
if it
Y'all
isn't-
can.
if
Y'all
it's a-
can.
If it's a name, it came from somewhere. That's all I'm saying. I don't want to know how you earned that name.
I don't know.
Just
How
saying.
do you get Manley, Jason?
Well, it's pretty obvious. It's not just a noun, it's an adjective. You know what I'm saying?
Anyway, went to this farm, and it was a little chillier than we anticipated because it's a little breezy up there. But once you get walking and moving, generate some heat. They had so many types of apples, and it was really fun.
We had Cecilia with us.
Cecilia was here. She was home for fall break from GT, and we picked 40 pounds of apples.
It was a lot.
All different kinds. We definitely made a beeline for the Spartan apples.
We did.
Once we knew that was a thing, we definitely went there.
Sadly, out of all the apples we picked, we kind of put them all in the same bag, so I don't really know which ones
They're
were
also
which.
all kind of red and green.
Yeah, they all kind of look the same.
So we don't know. We sort of pretended like we remembered the order, but we didn't. But anyway, there were Evercrisp, Honeycrisp. It was a million. We had a great time. The kids were so excited to pick apples. There was a corn maze, and it wasn't like a Georgia corn maze where the corn is about up to your waist and you can see through it anyway. It was like legit corn. There was corn. That was really fun. We did a hay ride. There was no hay, but I was okay with that because hay's real scratchy
Yeah,
and makes you
Hayride
sneeze.
was a misleading title. For
Yeah.
what
It
happened.
should have just been like...
Didn't they have that one bale of hay up the front?
There was one bale of hay at the front of it. That's true. But I was, again, extremely glad there wasn't hay everywhere. But it was a tractor. It pulled us all over the farm. That was really nice. And then there was, of course, hot apple cider and donuts. And we will not disclose the amount of donuts that were consumed.
No, not important.
Nope, doesn't matter. Doesn't matter.
just
We all
say-
know that Jason's cholesterol has actually dropped quite a bit since we moved here because of all the
True.
walking.
We bought enough donuts that they gave us free shots of insulin with our purchase.
That's true, basically. False. But anyway, it was really nice, and everybody was out and enjoying fall, and it was a beautifully sunny day. It was nice.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. It was like
It was
It
nice.
was like a real fall thing that our kids got to do. Like,
Yeah,
we
like
actually have a
fall,
real season
not like
up
fake
here.
fall like we have in Savannah, which, whatevs.
Now, in fairness, things are getting weird where it's going to be like close to 80 again tomorrow
Yeah.
up here. It's almost November. That's crazy. But it was, that was a fun experience to go to an apple orchard. And like Gail said, it is odd that once you get 20 minutes north of the city, if you were blindfolded and just dropped out there, you would have no clue where you are. It is
That's true.
It is just not city at all. It is everything that you can think of that's not city. It is hills and great trees and lakes and kind of middle of the wilderness. Pretty awesome.
Yeah. But Jason remembered how to drive for everybody who was worried about that.
Yeah, and if I ever forget, I know Gail will remind me from that passenger seat.
Like
I'm not
any
worried about
good
that.
wife would.
It's true. It's a
I'm sorry,
partnership.
why was Eve created for Adam? To be his helper?
Yes, because
And all men should appreciate the help their wives provide, right, Jason?
as we do,
Right?
undoubtedly. I will speak
yeah.
for all men and say, of course
yeah.
we do. At least I do. That is absolutely true. Well, that's a lot of stuff. You got anything else you want to share with the people?
I don't know. I need to finish my chips and salsa, which
That's
is my
fair.
dinner at 8:43 tonight.
Yeah, totally fair. Well, we certainly miss everyone, and
I know, we do.
as the holidays come up, we hope you all have good holidays, and we love to hear from you.
Ooh, and we are going to have so much fun up here.
Yeah, it's gonna be good. We
Come
will-
February, I will be singing a different tune, but I am excited for the holidays.
Yeah, we'll
Come
keep-
February, I'm going to be like, I hate New York. It's gray and cold here. Why do I have to wear my coat every day?
That's
I
one
miss
of-
the 80s.
But isn't that one of the surprising things? Is even as the weather's gotten colder, it hadn't felt that bad because it's so sunny here compared to Michigan.
It is compared to the Midwest. All my Midwesterners, sorry, but it's just gets real cloudy.
It's so gray there. Yeah, it
But
hadn't
the
been
sun
like
is
that
out
here.
here so much more than we expected.
Yeah.
That really has made it so much
Very
less.
little
Yeah.
rain. Just doesn't rain a
Yeah,
lot
it's
here.
weird.
It's very windy here.
It is very windy. That's true.
Very windy.
Way windier than Savannah.
Yeah.
Like on a daily. Yeah.
That's right. Not a lot of rain.
Yep.
And a lot of sunshine. So all surprising things.
Yeah.
I think that those three
Sometimes I'm like, please rain because these sidewalks are real nasty.
things. Yeah. Yeah, you are not kidding. Oh, for all of my philosophically or theologically minded friends, it is interesting to note that the one and only Greg Bonson's grandchildren attended the school that I teach at, and so there's still some connection there with his family.
Listen,
So all of you who
there's-
don't know who Greg Bonson is, feel free to forget that fact, or better yet, look him up, listen to him, an amazing scholar from back in the day. But we'll keep people updated once we do the holiday things. We'll let them know what that's like.
probably some other stuff. You had people who asked questions, and we tried to do a thing, and I just messed up the mic, and it was a whole thing. So we're going to repeat that.
Oh, yeah.
We had questions.
Yeah.
People are asking. And
That's
also,
right.
please, anything you can think of.
Yeah.
Because
Questions are good.
we're going to forget how to be Savannah. Wait, what? Help me out here.
I think it's Savannians.
I don't know. Texan, Georgian, Savannah-ian. That sounds weird. It sounds like too much.
It's all right.
Savannah.
Yeah, don't work too hard on that.
I know, but
It's all right.
like
But-
now I need somebody to correct me, ask a question, or just tell us.
But we do hope all of you in Savannah and in the Southeast are okay after the storms. We were praying
Ugh,
for all of you
yes,
for all
so
that.
true.
And I know that was a mess for a lot of people and still
So
is.
many people without power. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, we've been praying for you. So if there's anything we can pray about for you, let us know. If you have questions, let us know. Questions coming up, or we got to ask who's the most famous person we've met so far, and then what was most surprising. We will tackle those. We just forgot
Yes.
this time around, but we'll get there.
Okay.
All right. Talk to you all later. Bye bye.